Hiya, thanks for joining me. I'm in the greenhouse today because the weather is a bit pants. So I'm out here thinking about seeds to sow this month. So it's February, we're hurtling towards the middle of it, and all I've sown so far this year are my onion seeds and my first sort of round of marigolds, which didn't really fare very well. So yeah, I'll need to sow some more of those. So I thought I'd share with you what I've got ready so far. What's missing is things like lettuces and brassicas, which no doubt I will get round to sowing, but I haven't quite decided which varieties to go with just yet. But I've got plenty to be going on with for now, and yeah, I'll turn you around and show you what's what. First things first are the chilies. So I'm going to do Nigel's outdoor chilies again. Now you'll notice that most of these packets are open. The majority are older seed because I've just got so many open packets of seed that I thought this year I'll concentrate on using these up. So yeah, lots of repeats on last year and the year before really. So we've got these hot peppers, Reza Macedonian, I think that's how you say it, and nadapinos. These are a real go-to because they've got no heat to them, but they've got a ton of flavour. And if you've got children that are quite young, then they're a real fantastic option. And if you're like me and you've got silly health issues that mess with your insides and you can't eat anything really brilliantly fantastic and flavourful, then yeah, they're a really great one to fall back on because you do get all that flavour but you don't get any of the heat. So yeah, my diet is very plain these days, unfortunately for me, but these are one thing that really can give stuff a real boost in flavour, so definitely a one to try if you haven't already. Then we've got a chili called Machu Picchu, which look really cool. Did them last year but didn't really have great results from them, so I'm gonna bear with them and give them another go. So sweet peppers next, Asta F1, fantastic. Lunchbox, these are really cute. And then we've got another longer pepper as well, Corno de Toro Rosso, which are brilliant. Then we've got Semora, is that how you say it? Semora? Something like that anyway. It's just a nice early one to go with. And then the good old King of the North, everybody loves that one, don't they? Celery next. So I've got lots of packets of celery that are open. So I've got Pascal, which is just a really good all-rounder, to be honest. I've got peppermint stick, which are really beautiful. They've got a lovely pink tint to them. Then I've got red giant, never grown those before, but I got the seeds a couple of years ago in a sale, so I couldn't resist. And then blush. So I'm just going to do, you know, a little bit of each of those so that I can just have a mix really. And then tomatoes. So I'm doing these Vilma tomatoes, which are sort of micro house tomatoes. Apparently they can be grown on the windowsill, in your kitchen or whatever, and they produce a nice amount of little cherry tomatoes. So I'm giving those a try for the first time. And then good old money maker. Now I will grow just a couple of these to give me a head start on tomatoes. I do it every year, just a few plants, that's it. To come out into the greenhouse. They will be my first cropping tomatoes out here. They'll do really well for me. So I'm not going to be sowing all the other tomatoes right now because I'll just be fighting for space indoors. Then I've got early peas. So these are from Stolcombe House, but there will be more. I usually do Meteor as well, so I'm just getting some of those. They should be here soon. Then I've got leeks. The only reason I chose these was because they got a really cool name. So, you know, good old Viking sounding name then, Odin Longstanton. So going with them because they sound brilliant. Marigolds again, strawberry blonde. They seem pretty, never tried those before. Naughty Marietta. And then the French petite that I've already sown one round of. So yeah, that's it for marigolds at the moment. I might get some more lemon gem going later on. Then it's on to the sweet peas, because I've not done any yet. But I've got all these packets here, and I think what I'll do is just mix them all up. And then sow them as a bit of a sort of a potluck type deal. If you're on a budget, just want to shout out to these seeds. D-Ree. I seem to be able to get them for like 50p a packet around here, which is brilliant. They're really good seeds as far as I'm concerned. I never have any issues with them. And the other ones are, these are from Lidl's. And again, you know, there's not a huge choice of varieties with Lidl's seeds. However, they are really good. And they, you know, if you're on a budget and you want to sow a load of stuff, just get them, because they are so cheap and they're so reliable. Yeah, just go for it. Get those ones. So next is spring onions, because I've not done any spring onions yet. So I've just got these ones from Wilko's a couple of weeks ago when we were in Exeter. Ishikura, I don't know whether I've done them before or not, but the name rings a bell. So yeah, I've got them, and basically I picked them up because they were £1, so can't go wrong, can you? Next up is chard. Rhubarb chard. Again, it's a real, you know, solid thing for me. You know, it just never lets you down, really, rhubarb chard. I've got rainbow chard as well, or bright lights, whichever it's called. That's a mix, but I'm not going to do those yet. But I am going to do more peppermint chard because I just think it's stunning. So I will be doing those too. Then I've got a bit of gypsophilia, Covent Garden, going to get that going. I think that'll be quite pretty around the plot. I've got lots of flowers that I'm hoping will come up from last year. But yeah, I didn't do any gypsophilia, so I do want to add that in. And then last but not least, aubergines. Now these are Lidl seeds again, really cheap. I've not really grown aubergines for a while because we're not massive fans, but I figured these are like little tiny egg-sized ones, so I thought they'd be easier to hide in meals. So when I'm hiding vegetables like aubergines and that, I'm usually hiding them from me as well as the kids, because I just don't like the texture of them. So if I use those, chop them up really small and hide them in a meal from myself, even though I know that they're going to be in there. Seems to work. Seems to be able to fool myself every time. So yeah, I just want to shout out to Ali as well. Ali from My Rusty Garden sent me a wonderful parcel of seeds to go through, which I'm super chuffed with. And yeah, no doubt I'll be sowing some of those as well very soon, because I did see, haven't had a proper look in there yet, but I did see some parsnips. So they will definitely be being used very soon. But I think I might use, you know, the kitchen paper method of chitting those first before they go out. So yeah, thank you very much, Ali. And another thank you really is to Mark from Mark's Allotment Plot. I think he said a little shout out to me in his most recent video, and I think about 30 of you came over just because he told you to. So thank you as well for joining me here. It's really nice. It's probably the biggest jump in subscribers I've ever had all in one go. So it did make me very happy indeed. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Ali. And that's it really. I'll see you in a video on the plot very soon. Hopefully the weather will improve slightly and not be so windy and wet, but you know, we'll see. We were out walking the dog earlier and Nancy wanted me to share this with you, so I'm just going to tack it on to the end and I'll say goodbye here as well. So bye bye for now. See you in the next video very soon. So we're walking the dog up the woods and Nancy has found a ton of frog spawn. She's pretty chuffed for finding it.
To go in here.
There's loads of it, isn't there?